Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our channel, where we delve into the intriguing world histories and criminal exploits. Today, we are about to embark on a thrilling journey through history, as we unveil the top 5 mind-blowing heists ever committed. From audacious thefts that left authorities baffled to meticulously planned operations executed with jaw-dropping precision, these heists have become the stuff of legends, captivating the imagination of crime enthusiasts and the general public alike. In this extraordinary video, we will unravel the captivating tales behind these daring escapades. We will witness the brilliance and audacity of masterminds who dared to challenge the status quo, defying the odds to orchestrate some of the most daring thefts in history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell, so you won't miss any of our captivating content. Now, without further ado, let us dive into the Mastermind Chronicles, unveiling the top 5 mind-blowing heists of all time. Number 5, the Dunbar Armored Robbery. Stolen, $18.9 million. The Dunbar Armored Robbery, also known as the Dunbar Heist, took place on the night of September 12, 1997, in Los Angeles, California. It remains one of the most audacious and lucrative cash heists in American history. The mastermind behind this meticulously planned operation was Alan Pace, a former employee of Dunbar Armored Incorporated, one of the largest armored car services in the United States. Pace, who had inside knowledge of the company's operations and security procedures, meticulously planned the heist over a period of months. He recruited a group of accomplices, including his longtime friend Eugene Lamar Hill, to carry out the robbery. On the night of the heist, Pace, Hill, and their crew gained access to the Dunbar Armored facility by overpowering the guards. They tied up the employees and forced them to cooperate. Utilizing knowledge of the vault's security protocols, they disabled the alarm systems and accessed the area where the cash was stored. The robbers spent several hours inside the vault, methodically loading millions of dollars into large duffel bags. The exact amount stolen remains uncertain, but estimates range from $17 million to a staggering $18.9 million. The crew then made their escape, leaving behind a scene of chaos and confusion. The audacity of the Dunbar Armored Robbery captivated the public and law enforcement alike. The sheer amount of money stolen and the elaborate planning involved stunned investigators. It took some time for Dunbar Armored to realize the extent of the robbery, as the thieves had deliberately tampered with the security cameras to delay discovery. As news of the heist spread, a massive manhunt ensued, with local and federal law enforcement agencies launching an intensive investigation. The authorities eventually apprehended several members of the crew, including Alan Pace and Eugene Hill. However, a significant portion of the stolen money remained missing, and the investigation continued. In the aftermath of the robbery, the Dunbar Armored Company made significant changes to its security procedures to prevent similar incidents. They implemented stricter protocols, including enhanced alarm systems, improved surveillance, and more rigorous employee background checks. Over the years, the Dunbar Armored Robbery has remained a source of fascination and intrigue. The audaciousness of the plan, coupled with the substantial sum stolen, has elevated it to the status of a legendary heist in the annals of crime history. It serves as a reminder of the determination and ingenuity that some criminals possess when it comes to pulling off extraordinary feats. Number 4, the Brinksmack Burglary. Stolen, $41 million. The Brinksmack Burglary is an infamous heist that occurred on November 26, 1983, at the Brinksmack warehouse located near London's Heathrow Airport. This audacious robbery ranks among the largest and most lucrative in British criminal history. The masterminds behind the heist were a gang of criminals led by Mickey McAvoy, Brian Robinson, and Kenneth Noy. Their target was the Brinksmack warehouse, valuable goods, including cash, diamonds, and gold bullion. The gang had inside information that a large shipment of gold bars was scheduled to arrive at the warehouse. Under the cover of the night, the gang infiltrated the warehouse, armed with firearms and a battery-operated diamond-tipped industrial drill. They overpowered the security guards and forced them to reveal the location of the vault. The gang swiftly drilled through the vault's wall, gaining access to the immense treasure inside. To their astonishment, the gang discovered not only the expected gold bars but also a vast quantity of uncut diamonds. The estimated value of the stolen goods was staggering, around £26 million at the time, equivalent to over £100 million in today's value. However, the sheer weight and volume of the stolen gold posed an unexpected challenge. The gang struggled to transport the heavy bars discreetly, so they opted to melt down a portion of the gold in an attempt to make it easier to handle and sell. They used an industrial smelter to liquefy the gold and poured it into smaller ingots, enabling them to transport the stolen goods more covertly. News of the robbery spread rapidly, capturing the attention of law enforcement and the public alike. The audacity and scale of the heist shocked the nation. The investigation was complex, involving multiple law enforcement agencies, including Scotland Yard and the Flying Squad. While the stolen gold and diamonds attracted significant attention, it was the subsequent events surrounding the Brinksmack burglary that further propelled it into infamy. The criminals involved in the heist became entangled in a web of violence, corruption, and even murder. Over the years, various members of the gang were apprehended and convicted for their involvement in the heist. Notably, Kenneth Noy, one of the key figures in the Brinksmack robbery, would go on to be involved in other high-profile criminal activities and was later convicted for his role in a separate murder case. The Brinksmack burglary remains a notorious chapter in criminal history, renowned for its audacity, the astronomical value of the stolen goods, and the subsequent criminal activities it unleashed. It stands as a reminder of the immense rewards criminals can reap, but also the consequences and the long arm of the law that eventually catches up with them. Number 3. The Banco Central Burglary. Stolen, $76.1 million. The Banco Central Burglary, also known as the Vault of Destiny heist, is one of the most audacious and largest cash robberies in history. It occurred in Fortaleza, Brazil, over the weekend of August 5 to 7, 2005. The mastermind behind the operation was Antonio Justivan Alves dos Reis, also known as Hoda. Hoda was a small-scale criminal who hatched an elaborate plan to break into the Banco Central branch and access its underground vault, where billions of Brazilian reais were stored. To execute the heist, he assembled a gang of skilled criminals, including tunneling experts and computer specialists. The gang spent 3 months digging a 78-meter-long tunnel from a rented house to the Banco Central building. The tunnel was reinforced with wood and plastic panels to prevent collapses. The team worked mostly at night to avoid suspicion, carefully concealing their activities from the public eye. On the night of the heist, the gang broke into the Banco Central branch through the tunnel. Inside the vault, they encountered multiple security measures, including motion sensors, iron gates, and metal detectors. To bypass these obstacles, they used sophisticated tools, including gas to neutralize the alarm systems and ropes to traverse the vault's interior. Once inside, the gang systematically bagged and removed bundles of cash, using wheelbarrows and a rented truck to transport the stolen money. They estimated that they would be able to steal around 160 million Brazilian reais, equivalent to approximately $70 million at the time. However, they vastly underestimated the amount of money stored in the vault. In total, the gang made off with an astounding 160 million Brazilian reais, but it was later revealed that the actual amount stored in the vault was approximately 160 times greater, approximately 71.6 billion Brazilian reais, equivalent to over $33 million at the time. The sheer magnitude of the theft shocked Brazil and the world. It exposed major security flaws within the Banco Central branch and raised questions about the integrity of the country's banking system. The authorities launched an extensive investigation, leading to the capture and arrest of many members of the gang. Despite the recovery of a significant portion of the stolen money, a large portion of the funds remains unaccounted for. The Banco Central burglary stands as a testament to the audacity and meticulous planning of the criminals involved, leaving a lasting legacy as one of the most remarkable bank heists in history. Number 2. The Knightsbridge Security Deposit Robbery. Stolen, $97 million. The Knightsbridge Security Deposit Robbery, also known as the £1 million deposit heist, took place on July 12, 1987, in the affluent neighborhood of Knightsbridge in London, England. It is considered one of the most daring and meticulously planned heists in British criminal history. The mastermind behind the robbery was a criminal named Valerio Vicii, an Italian national with a reputation for being a skilled bank robber. Vicii assembled a gang of criminals, including fellow Italians and some local British accomplices, to carry out the operation. The target of the heist was the Knightsbridge Safe Deposit Center, a high-security facility that housed the valuables of wealthy individuals and businesses. The gang rented a nearby flat and used it as their base of operations, conducting extensive surveillance and planning over a period of months. On the day of the robbery, the gang members disguised themselves as wealthy potential clients, complete with tailored suits and luxury cars. They entered the Knightsbridge Safe Deposit Center under the guise of renting a safe deposit box and requested a private viewing of the facility. Once inside, the gang members swiftly overpowered the staff, neutralizing the security guards and taking control of the building. They used handcuffs, gaffer tape, and threats of violence to ensure compliance. The robbers then systematically went through the deposit boxes, breaking into them using an array of specialized tools. The operation was conducted with remarkable precision and speed, as the gang members knew they had a limited window of time before the authorities would be alerted. They managed to seize a significant amount of cash, jewelry, and other valuable items from the deposit boxes. However, the heist took an unexpected turn when a member of the public noticed the commotion and alerted the police. The authorities quickly responded, surrounding the building and launching an intense operation to apprehend the criminals. A fierce gun battle ensued between the gang and the police, resulting in injuries on both sides. Vicii and another gang member managed to escape through a skylight, but they were pursued and eventually captured by the police. Valerio Vicii, the mastermind of the Knightsbridge security deposit robbery, was subsequently sentenced to 22 years in prison. Tragically, he was killed in a shootout with Italian police during a separate robbery attempt in 2000. The Knightsbridge security deposit robbery remains one of the most high-profile and audacious heists in British criminal history. It highlighted the vulnerabilities of even the most secure facilities and showcased the meticulous planning and determination of the criminals involved. The daring nature of the heist captivated the public's imagination and solidified its place in the annals of legendary criminal exploits. Number 1. The Central Bank of Iraq Robbery, the story behind Saddam Hussein's massive $1 billion bank robbery. 3 trucks pulled out of the Central Bank of Iraq at 4 a.m. local time on March 18, 2003. Their cargo was nearly $1 billion, a full quarter of the country's currency reserves. The loot was taken by a team led by Qusay Hussein, the son of Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein. It's safe to say that Qusay didn't quite get away with the heist. The heir apparent to the Ba'athist regime would meet his end a few months later in an ill-advised shootout with the U.S. Army's 101st Airborne Division and a team of Special Forces operators. Still, a huge chunk of the money was never recovered. If March 18, 2003, sounds like a familiar date to many post-9/11 veterans, that's because it is. The air war that signaled the beginning of the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq was set to begin the next day. Anticipating the American move, the dictator, correctly, predicted that once the air war began, it might be difficult for him to move about the country and get things done, so he sent his son to get a useful supply of liquid assets. Qusay Hussein arrived at the Central Bank of Iraq in Baghdad with a handwritten note from his father, ordering that $1 billion in U.S. greenbacks be withdrawn and released from the country's coffers. 3 trucks and a number of Iraqi regime officials, including Qusay, supervised the transfer of funds. Despite the large sum of money, the forced withdrawal may not have actually been illegal, according to some legal experts. Saddam Hussein was an absolute dictator with personal, direct control over every aspect of the country's governance, including the central bank and other economic institutions. The $1 billion might even have been Saddam Hussein's own personal funds, collected over the course of more than 2 decades of ruling Iraq. At first, American intelligence officials believed that Hussein may have been trying to transport the spoils of his time in power over the border to escape the American invasion. A team of U.S. Army Special Forces near Iraq's border with Syria reported seeing trucks matching the description crossing over the border to escape. Others believed that Hussein would use the money to foment resistance inside of Iraq as the American troops advanced throughout the country. Many Iraqis agreed with that assessment. The money may have also been used to fund the flight of those closest to the Iraqi dictator, including his family and personal friends. In the days and weeks that followed, coalition forces managed to find an estimated $650 million of the money taken from the central bank. They found the caches of funds through searches and various patrols around the country that led them to the money, stashed away in one of the palaces used by Uday, Saddam Hussein's other son. When Qusay was finally tracked down to a house in the northern Iraqi city of Mosul, he tried to resist numerous raids on the house from American forces. He and his brother Uday were turned in by one of the other guests of the house who wanted the $30 million reward. American troops began firing TOW anti-tank missiles, 12 in all, into the house, killing everyone inside. When they were finally able to search the premises, there was no sign of the remaining $350 million from the Iraqi central bank. No one has seen or heard of the money since. In exploring the top 5 mind-blowing heists of all time, we hope to have sparked your curiosity, fascination, and appreciation for the sheer audacity of these criminal endeavors. These stories remind us that truth is often stranger than fiction, and that the world of crime holds a captivating allure that continues to captivate us. Thank you for joining us on this enthralling adventure through the Mastermind Chronicles. Remember to stay tuned for more gripping tales from the realm of crime, where legends are made and the human spirit of audacity and cunning continues to push the boundaries of what we thought possible.